How do you get people to do more in less time? How, as a manager, can you grow? How, as a manager, can you influence your area? That's what's on today's episode. My name's Ollie. I'm the Chief Operations Officer here at AGM Agency. We have over 100 employees, I think like 102 or 103. We manage about over 100 different projects, accounts, etc. Got clients on monthly retainers and stuff like that. I'm very involved with a lot of projects, very involved with a lot of managing a lot of people. I have to run everybody, right? So look, one of the things that I wanted to share with you today that I think could help you manage, control, improve your area as a manager is the following. Okay, so manager obviously is defined. If you look it up in the dictionary, you're going to see a few definitions, and they contain certain keywords. For example, one of the definitions says to be in charge of an activity, to be in charge of an office building, to be in charge, right? That's one definition, very valid. Another one says to supervise an activity, to supervise an area, to supervise a team. You know, that's true too, obviously. Another definition would say to administer, to put regulations into something, right? So that's obviously another definition, valid of course. But the one you want to apply when you're talking about handling a business, handling employees, handling a project or an activity is the definition that talks about controlling and influencing your area, okay? You want to control that area. You want to put in some orders, some structures, some sort of system in place. You want to influence the area with your positive attitude, with checking in on, if you have a bunch of staff under you, you want to check in on them to see how they're doing. If you have customers, you want to call them and see how they're doing. Share good news. You want to control and influence how they feel, the results of the activity, etc. So you want to put your attention on controlling and influence that area, controlling and influencing the people around you. Obviously, it goes without saying, in a positive way. So as a manager, it's not just somebody who's in charge, right? This definition. That does nothing. That doesn't really move the ball down the field. Supervise, be in charge. It's like we're not going to babysit anybody, right? We're not, it's not a daycare, it's a business, right? Unless your business is a daycare, right? But hey, it's a business and you have to move the ball down the field. You have to grow the activity. You have to expand the activity. And so what we're looking is for controlling and influence. So 3 ways you can control and influence an activity is number 1, we'll put it here. Is that we apply here a lot at AGM is communicate. So this goes internal and external, specifically good news, specifically things that have been accomplished. You want to communicate, all right? So the next thing you want to do is have a good reports system in place. If you are a manager, you have to operate with reports. So you have to have a good reporting system in place so that you're getting data from everybody that works under you. Without reports, you're blind. You're not really in communication with anybody because you're blind, right? You don't see them. You don't know what's happening. So you want to have a lot of communication with your clients, outbound, and spread the good news internally too. You want to have a good reporting system. And lastly, last but not least, of course it's not least, it's either some sort of targets or what we call KPIs, key performance indicators, or milestones. Key performance indicators, it's more of a day-to-day or week-to-week, statistical type of thing. Whereas a milestone is more like a benchmark. You're trying to hit an overall target goal long term. But you can have those smaller targets of production for the week, for the month, for the quarter. Your KPIs are going to be those key performance indicators that you're you're targeting based off of those key performance indicators. So you want to have these three things, guys: communication, outbound communication with your client. You want to have a good reporting system, and you want to be aware of and know what your milestones, your benchmarks, your targets, what are these metrics. Implement those three and you will control and influence your area much better. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our channel.